Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to day 14 on this ranch house, the last final day of framing. Which also means this will be the last video of my second series on my channel. So today we're still chugging along with the Punchout. I'm still going to be finishing up drywall nailers, bucks, metal hangers, and anything else that we need to do before we ship out and start the next house. I also have a nice long walkthrough of the whole house at the very end of the video, so make sure you stick to the end to see that. On another note, I have a poll up on my page, in which case you could vote to see which house you want to see me build next on my channel. The two options are A, another stick-framed house just like this, and the second option will be a smaller truss house in a normal subdivision area. The voting is tied currently, and I start uploading the next house next week, so if you have any preference or opinion on what house you want to see, please comment or vote on that poll. But with that, for each unique thing I'm doing, of course I'll explain why I'm doing it and what it's for, but once the work starts to get monotonous, I'll just let that play out. So thank you everyone for watching, and let's get this house done. I started off the morning with this drywall nailer on the edge of this room. We didn't have a joist on layout that went tight to the edge of the wall, so a couple 2x4 nailers will do, so then their drywall isn't just flapping out of nowhere. 79.5. These nailers just have to be at the same level as the joist, so then once the drywall is screwed the corners and the edges of the walls, it has something nice and sturdy to keep it there. You'll probably see me look up and around a lot in this video, and that's just me checking each room, seeing where I could put my next nailer, block, or prop. And here's the start of another drywall nailer on the other side of the room. This corner is a little different since the front porch roof dives into that corner, so I'll need two different little blocks here. The roof isn't shingled yet, and this was in December, so we had a lot of water and ice coming through the roof. Right here I got some bucks that'll support this header for the door. We usually save those till last on Punchout for the interior walls. You just got to make sure that these are flush with the king stud, and then nail it off good so it's stable, since they're going to hang doors on these. And here's some bucks for a small closet door. Now we got another set of bucks for this room entrance. And here's the bucks for the closet that was on the opposite side of that last closet. We have a lot of props from the ridges and the hips coming down on this wall. It is a load-bearing wall, so there's no issue, but I'm going to put a couple blocks under them above this door, just so it doesn't sag or anything like that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. My coworker placed a 2x6 stud behind this king stud for the door. It is the corner of the room, so we need to nail this here so the drywall has something to screw onto at this section. So generally when you install a large roof hip, it'll come down to a corner of the room. It almost always gets in the way of the last joist on layout, so we usually gotta cut it back and then head it off like I'm doing now. So here's the joist that we cut that I'm nailing right here. I put a little lookout for it to attach to, and then we'll just use metal hangers for all of it. I thought they were up near the front door area. Oh, unless they're still on that plywood in the attic. But I thought I saw them in that front room area. And here we got a couple metal hangers. These are usually for when you attach joists to a beam instead of sitting on a wall, or if you just want to support something better in general. These require a few smaller Tico nails on each side, as well as a couple 16 hand drives on each side also. We'll get a double hanger on that lookout as well before the day's over with. Here's a small drywall nailer for the corner of this closet. We have this empty space here because of that hip and that joist we cut off. So I'm just putting in some small 2x4 nailers, kind of like small lookouts. These little things won't need hangered. It's just going to support a little bit of ceiling drywall in this corner. I got a couple more nailers here where the closets reach the exterior wall. A small drywall nailer for this corner. We got the same situation for this hip. The hips went from the back corner to the front corner of the house, so I gotta head this off with some more lookouts. Can go grab me another hanger, please? That 45 didn't work. That looking the best on the other one. I think it needed to be shallower. Let's see here.
Oh, you need to get a hanger on that first. I gotta get you a couple double hangers.
I'll go 41. Oh, double hangers?
Yeah, because that, I mean, hanger sense with one hanger in the one, you don't hanger the other.
Yeah.
Well, maybe get your double hangers. That's good. That's 4 feet.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to the 4 feet rule? What happened to the 4 feet rule? When it's like that, you gotta let that roll out of your mind. And that pretty much takes the whole thing.
Oh.
Takes away the structural integrity. I was sitting there watching Peter yesterday, and his entire chat was like, Tarkov, where's Tarkov? He's like, no, remember, I gotta play the game that's in Iron Week, remember? I gotta play the game that won't pass 2 weeks. Remember that? I gotta make sure I play this game before it dies out.
Were people like that crazy about it right when it came out, like saying that?
Apparently his chat.
They're like, oh, it's some gay new game.
He's like, no, remember, I gotta play the game before it dies.
I had that, like, I don't know if it was because of you or because I thought it looked cool. I actually think that might have been the extraction shooter that I like saw and wishlisted because it was like a futuristic type apocalyptic game. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then like when I got the beta thing, I never even didn't even want to try it or anything. I think I spotted this at one point. I was like, oh, that's gonna be good.
Well, what I thought was weird is, did you realize that they put the ARC playtest on literally everyone's Steam account?
Yeah, you told me that. I didn't know that they automatically just put it on, and it was everybody.
I thought that was kind of bullshit. I thought that was kind of weird. I think that's one of the reasons why I never played it in the beginning.
That is weird. Steam was just like, okay, everybody's gonna get this game.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like kind of big something.
And also, it's like, what are Steam getting out of it? Here we got some more door bucks. What?
Anchor.
Oh, okay.
Here's this one right here. Right here on this one. If you can put a 2x6 book out here and make it like that, that'd be 22.
Oh, okay.
Just anchor the double, and then yeah, just do a 2x6. Maybe it'll be low enough. Do not hit that, and then we do another one right here.
Okay.
You get that one. I think this one back here is fine. If you get the anchor on it.
I don't know if that's battery or gas. Does that mean battery or gas?
If it's mining, the battery's still good.
Gas. Well, those look like the same icons. So I don't know why. Like I would think it would just mean battery low, battery high. But
that's blinking every time you go to shoot. The low battery.
so, but he said if it's whirring, the battery's good. He said if it's whirring, the battery's good though.
Well, sometimes they're dead, but they're not dead.
Okay, so it's pretty much on its last leg.
And you can check them in like that. There you go, that's the gas. Normally they spit out a little.
Do they?
Yeah, you'll see it spit out.
All right, no that. Can you get gas?
do like this. You want to do here, 2 studs.
Eight and 2x6 at 35 3/4. Cool. Oh, cool.
Is that Asian?
Does that follow this then?
What's that?
Is that on layout?
It looks,
Yeah.
looks pretty straight right there. Wait, you're gonna hanger?
No, I don't think it's going to get a hanger.
Okay, cool.
Well, here's the other 2x6.
Oh, 2x4?
No, just no 2x6. 16 3/4. Right here, I got to put in another stud to finish this partition. A partition being where one wall intersects with the other, and we just got to make sure we have studs in all the corners for the drywall. Beautiful. Whoa, this one's taller than the other one was. The doubler.
He said, fuck doing that one on the bevel, huh?
Yeah.
Right on. Just because you hold on.
Okay.
Why is it different?
Well, if you have any other stuff for studs, we need a couple things for props. For the props, if you got any studs. Huh? So for the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to get all these hangers on these joists that are connected to this beam. This is pretty straightforward when it comes to hangers, so I do have everything time-stamped if you want to skip ahead. But hey, if you're really interested in the hanger technique, just keep on watching. What? Oh, there's a whole bunch of props over here, so you see all those props? Probably just like 2 of each one, depending on what's near it.
What's going on with this one? No, I gotta come down. I got the top of the mark. I'm just going to need.
There's some singles over here. Bitch. I don't think number 1. I had number 1 PS4. That was kind of like a loot shooter that was not that good. Yeah. Right. I played number 1, I think I got the max level. I played a little bit online, but it just didn't hold me. Okay. Cool, like it more, I think. Oh, really? That's not for a bit. Yeah. Where's that? Where's the time? Yeah, I know, with you, if I track them, I don't with you with them. Right. Right. Bitch, are there? So then each time you wipe, you get more and more things filled out? Like all of them? Well, it'd be people grind and play more, get more perks, you know? I guess just depending on how hard they make the level up like that. Jeez, right. Yeah, that's like a high fucking cheese, isn't it? I like art, but I don't know, I think strategy shooters aren't my thing that much. I'm more of a fan of Battle Royale, like a Fortnite or Apex. I don't know, I'd probably be more accomplished and more have more fun if each map you had to stay until everybody but you was dead. That might be more exciting for me, you know? People coming in and out of the map, going in and then trapped in, and I don't know, just games like that don't make me want to play them all the time. I don't get people that I was like Apex or like shit like Fortnite, you know? I was wondering if I updated it, but then take like our or something else, yeah. So I got right up on it. Do we have more hangers? I'm just saying, one more. Yeah, for the Joist. Okay. Thank you. What? No, I got it. Now we're gonna move back to doing nailers. Oh yeah. We got a prop for the back porch ridge coming down on this wall, so I'm going to carry that all the way down to the ground. We're running low on wood at this point, so instead of 2x6 like the rest of the wall, I'm going to just use 2x4s to prop this up. You remind me of Oswald Cobblepot. Oswald Cobblepot. The penguin. Like Cobble Penis. I'm going to get some nails through the plywood as well, so it doesn't wiggle around in that stud span.
You had probable cause?
Yeah, you want to see if I'm hitting those that double stud I put in? What, one miss?
Yeah, it's like right here.
On the left of it?
Yeah, you gotta come towards this way.
Oh.
I get a number for this triple
While I'm out here, I'm also going to get some nailers started on this back porch. Eventually, they will use some type of like drywall or hardwood to finish this out.
Yeah, those are awesome.
But first, we do have to add one more ply to each side of these beams. This one we're able to slide in from the inside since that stud span was open. The next beam, we have a little bit more trouble.
Yep. Yep.
But we're just going to make sure that this is flush with the other plies of the beam and get it all nailed off.
We get any spike racks up here yet? Oh, yeah. Get that shit out of my face. Thanks anyway, though. When I don't know how to act, I climb into my car and then I drive it off the map. And then I drive right back. When I don't know where to go, I find myself a bench and share a donut with a crow. Then I just go. Know what I mean? Ouch. God, that was like Harry Potter.
So I think the reason we couldn't slide it in from the inside is because there's a wall connecting right where this beam originally goes. They still wanted it nice and tight, but unfortunately it did split right here. Regardless, I'm going to get this in place and nail it all nice and flush. We're going to put that piece back in with some glue. We're only packing out this beam so it works better for the finish and trim guys. So this accident won't cause any structural problems or anything like that. It is all going to get covered just for the trim.
Here, let me get it. Got it, Jake? Ooh, I need that gun though.
Like you turned into ramrod, bro.
Oh.
Trevor's like, I'm not strong enough to hold it, but I'm strong enough to break it.
Bro, you want to get on the corner nails right there?
You guys are strong enough to lick my balls. 17. This looks like dog shit. Piss on my ass.
Yeah, I can go up. Joist.
It's like just bow down. Like here. Sucks.
I'm sure it'll move since half of it's missing. What do you think we're gonna need for collar ties here? 8 letters? Huh? Got a couple 6 and a half?
I'm gonna have to hand drive it. This is just pulling.
You got a hand drive on it?
One.
I got a couple. 2.
How many do you think we're gonna need? I'm going every other or every one?
Every third. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This board is flush on the ends, but it bows down a little bit in the middle, so I'm just trying to toenail it up a little bit to get it nice and flush.
Hey, get right there. Flush right at the end, but then it dips down right
I
here.
imagine you swing your hammer like Captain Jack Sparrow would swing a hammer.
What does that mean?
I think you know exactly what that means.
Oh gosh.
Now I'm going to be installing some collar ties for the back porch
Yeah.
rafters.
Did
These ties just add a little bit extra security, so then in the future, eventually the rafters won't slide apart or down, so the ridge won't come down as well. We usually do these every other rafter or every third rafter, but it just kind of depends on what the builder wants and what code provides for.
Need to put it up after for the.
Was that blueberry? What?
Blueberry's better.
Some of the best muffins I've had were vegan chocolate chip muffins.
I prefer the blueberry. I prefer the blueberry too. You eat anything if it's at your house? Huh? Free game at your house? Kobe says, if it's at home, I'll eat it. Like, I don't be giving a poop what it is. Huh? Can you send it through that hole?
Yeah, tie that one into that cable properly. You should be good. You go get. I know that.
On.
I'll take that comment. Yep.
You getting that corner nailer?
Yeah. You ever seen the X-ray of it?
There wasn't much to do on the back porch, so now we're back inside. I'm just making sure all of these joists are tied in with the rafters sufficiently. Code for us requires at least 3 nails on each side. So right here I'm trying to install some rafter ties, which are just small 2x4s connecting the joist to the rafter if they aren't already sistered on a top plate. These two specific joists weren't following the rafter directly below it, so I do have to add this extra block just so I could install my rafter tie correctly. And just like the collar ties, it just helps tie everything together for a little bit of extra security. Now I'm in the garage area. There was a rafter here that we just held up to where it needed to be, and then we nailed it to the joist. So I'm going to just put a block under it so it's bearing better.
You know that song?
I'm not trained for it, of course I do.
We got a little nailer here for this corner. There is a small lookout that's already pretty close to the corner, but I'm going to put it in just in case. Better safe than sorry. Here's a small closet. It has a slightly different doorway than our normal standard doors. It's smaller than usual, so instead of the 1.5 bucks, I'm using 3/4 here instead. And then I gotta cut off the extra nubbins. Now I'm back in the garage. I'm cutting a few rips of plywood so I could pack out one of the window headers. The width isn't matching the wall width, so I'm going to pack this out so it has a better surface for the drywall nailers.
Need more chalk? Chin wag or pop junk.
Alright everyone, so I'm going to just install this plywood, and then I got a nice thorough walkthrough at the last couple minutes of the video. So make sure you stick around to that end. I'm going to go ahead and do my outro. First off, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos, and thanks a lot for subscribing and supporting the channel. If you've been liking the content and you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe if you want to catch all the unique houses that I'm going to be uploading in the near future. I want to give a little bit more attention to the poll for the next house. I got the descriptions of the options on my page, so if you haven't expressed your opinion on that, make sure you comment to let me know on what you want to see me upload next, or go check out that poll and comment there. Currently the vote is at 50-50, so if nobody else expresses their opinion, or if I don't get any more votes on that poll, I will just decide myself on what to upload. But regardless, both options took 11 days to build, so my next series will be 11 videos no matter what, which will be starting next Sunday. So just once again, a huge thank you to everyone who's watching. This has been Old Dirty Carpenter, and I'll see you on the next house. Oh, this side's like flush. Like I see a good quarter on that side, but I feel like this is gonna be doing too much. What's trying in the trailer? It's way thick on this side. Like this side's practically already flush almost. The other side I can definitely see like a quarter, but this is hanging out way too much. Almost the whole thing, you know.
Done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.